2, and it's 18-1 and bigger the final trio. Charlie Hills has had a good 20 minutes or so with Phoenix's Spain, taking the Tattles Irish 2,000 guineas, and I'm sure he's looking forward to seeing what Battaash does at 4-5 here. There is the Phoenix Thoroughbred's own Pocket Dynamo going down with that cross noseband on, but we're all now looking forward to seeing how Battaash gets on here up against the incredibly progressive Mabs Cross. The speeds that is Catchy as well, all speedsters in here, and Charlie Hills has had quite a half an hour or so now.
Yeah, absolutely, he has, and Battaash went down, they sort of just kept away from each other, but the likes of Battaash, it can be a hot head. Mabs Cross, we saw her at Newmarket before the Palace House. She went down on her own in Alpha Delphini as well, so sort of giving each other plenty of room. And we spoke earlier to Paul Mullen and Mark Carden. We're saying it's slight breeze behind you, very quick ground, and with the presence of the likes of Alpha Delphini, Battaash, Caspian Prince and Catchy, all horses who are natural speed balls up there, the course record could well be under danger here, despite there's only 6 runners. It's going to be absolutely flat out stuff. He seemed just on his toes now, Battaash, down at the start, but by his standards it's quite a muggy afternoon. He looked absolutely fine in the parade ring beforehand, and as Tom said, Charlie Hill's looking for a massive across the card double after Phoenix of Spain taking the Irish 2,000 guineas. So he will go into stall 6, and he was second to Blue Point last year after winning this race in the King's Stand. You'd imagine that's the way they'll go again once again this year. It's harder for Mabs Cross. She was third behind him in the King's Stand, but since then she went on, just touched off behind Alpha Delphini, the Group 1 Coolmore Nunthorpe, and then she got her day in the sun winning the Abbey, and she proved that she's trained on every bit as good when winning the Palace House under a penalty last time out 3 weeks ago exactly. And this was always going to be the target, owned by David Armstrong, who sponsors this race, and this will tee her up nicely for a shot at the King's Stand likewise. So they're going to bang heads all year, and there'll be heads next and very little between them. Whose day will it be today? Well, Paul Moran, you'd imagine tactics going to be simple for him. He'll get a toe into all these ones who are going to blast off in front, and she can be a little bit behind the bridle early in the race, and you know that she'll be staying on late in the day, just whether she doesn't get too far back out of her comfort zone. Catchy's better around a bend, and you think of him, you think of his best performances zipping around Lingfield. He's so quick. He's going to come from stall 3 for Tom Dascombe and Richard Kingscote, and he's behind the stalls. Pocket Dynamo, your outsider, 33's Ben Curtis has just hopped off, possibly just, I think by design they're going to load without, and then he will get on in stall 4. You see he's just been offered up to that stall now. Craig Williford, as normal, down with Battaash. He's just jig-jogging, but he's by no means boiling over, and hopefully the rest of these will just slot forward and we will be underway. Caspian Prince is back, 274 days off the track. He holds an entry in his beloved Dash a week today. See how he gets on. He's 10 years of age now, but he's been a great servant, but he should be up against you, you'd imagine, even at rated 114. He's only a pound inferior against the likes of Mabs Cross if it were a handicap, but I say he's 10 years of age, but he's been a fantastic servant to his owner as he's about to go into stall 1, and Battaash will complete the lineup. It is a feature. It's the Armstrong Aggregates Temple Stakes, a Group 2 contest over the flying 5 furlongs. As the last couple go in, we'll head back up Dallin and get the call.
Thanks, Niall. Caspian Prince is in, so just the 2 to load. The 2 went down early. Battaash moving in now. He's been very calm in the prelims today. Battaash in. So 1 to load. The mare Mabs Cross. She moves up now into stall number 2. And they're off for the Armstrong Aggregates Temple Stakes, the Group 2 over the flying 5 furlongs. Caspian Prince broke well, so too Catchy, and these two pacing things out through the opening furlong. Then Alpha Delphini, couple of lengths away then to find Battaash, and then came the mare Mabs Cross and Pocket Dynamo at the back of the field as they run up towards halfway shortly. Caspian Prince and Catchy, these two having a tremendous battle for the lead. They're about 2 lengths in advance of Battaash, who races down the centre and looks full of running at the moment. Then came Alpha Delfini, Mabs Cross, just been pushed along, and then Pocket Dynamo. They race now inside the final furlong and a half, and Battaash has now claimed the lead as Catchy and Caspian Prince drop away. Mabs Cross is staying on, then Alpha Delfini approaching the final furlong. It's Battaash by 3 lengths over Alpha Delfini. Mabs Cross is then back in third and heading up towards the line. It'll be back-to-back wins in the Temple Stakes for Battaash, who wins it really well. Battaash has taken the Temple, beating into second Alpha Delfini. Mabs Cross home in third, then Pocket Dynamo, Catchy and Caspian Prince.
Very. He's back, Battaash, and that was very, very smooth indeed. What a performance. 5 to 6 favourite. He wins for Hamden Al Maktoum. A big half an hour for Charlie Hills and Jim Crowley doing the steering. He beats Alpha Delfini, last year's Nunthorpe winner, for Brian Smart and Graham Lee, and the penalised Mabs Cross was third for Michael Dodds and Paul Moran. So the right horse is chasing him home. But look at this here, as we pick it up, he's absolutely cantered along. When he's good, he's very, very good indeed. And this was one of them days. He's had wind surges since we last saw him, and he was well behaved in the pre-breeding and started a little bit jig-joggy, but my goodness, that was spot on. He'll head now to Royal Ascot for the King's Stand. You would imagine Jim Crowley looking left at the big screen, he'd be absolutely delighted. He's 4 or 5 lengths clear from Alpha Delfini and Mabs Cross, who not much between them. If he take it that Mabs Cross got that penalty, obviously they're locked together in the Nunthorpe and not much between them here, but that was a really good performance from Battaash. Wins a 5 to 6 favourite from Alpha Delfini. More fallout from the Haydock very shortly. We'll catch up with Jim Crowley in due course.
Right, he's had his off days, he's had his on days, and he's had his simply fantastic days, and that was up there, beating a Nunthorpe winner and an Abbey winner, and he looked very much back to what we know he is capable of. Battaash wins